Well, let's get going then.
All right, then. So, for the record, Cleburne County Commission Emergency Call Commission meeting. Got a phone call from Lisa concerning our insurance, property insurance. We need to make a decision, and this is the only way to do it, is call an emergency meeting. So we'll call our meeting to order. Ms. Cobb.
Here.
Mr. Owens.
Here.
Mr. Truitt.
Here.
And Mr. Hendricks is not available. We do have a quorum, and so it's a financial matter. So Lisa, I'm going to let you go ahead and tell us the options that you're seeing right now. Go ahead and explain our options.
Okay. As you all know, I talked to you about this at the last meeting, that we had a significant increase, somewhere on the order of 125% increase in property insurance. This is our insurance on our buildings, our comp and collision on vehicles, and our insurance on our equipment. From what I understand from Parnell, the underwriter that we have been using for several years, which was Amgard, is no longer writing these types of policies anymore. They're not doing municipal government type properties anymore. So they had to seek elsewhere, and they only got one response. And the main thing is that all responses that they got were like, well, we'll do it, but we're not going to do the sheriff's department vehicles. Like, that's not going to work, you know, and he knew that wouldn't work for us. So he came up with an amount of $155,000 to start with. He has been searching diligently to try to find us a lower rate. He got us a little bit lower, but not much. And he says he's continuing to search. So I asked him, what can we do? Because we're obviously going to have to shop around for our insurance. I mean, that's not acceptable for us to have that much of an increase all at one time. And his answer is, in order for us to continue our insurance, which ends tonight at midnight, that he would need to bind it over until we send him a payment. Our options are, we could pay the whole entire year's worth of insurance, or we could do 3 months minimum on the auto, and we can go month to month on the buildings and on the equipment. Won't cost us any more than that if we find something before then, or we can continue on without any kind of penalty or anything like that. If we cancel, there's no penalty. On the month-to-month ones, the equipment in the buildings, even if we paid 6 months of it, we would still get a refund on it if we cancel early. The auto's a little bit different. It's done through a broker, and so you do have to do a minimum of 3 months. So you'd have to pay 25% of it, and then a month each for the building and the equipment.
Is Randolph County or Clay County with ACCA?
Randolph County is for sure, and Calhoun County is.
Did you contact them to find out what they're paying?
I don't know what the rates are, and it's going to be comparing apples to oranges because we're talking about different amounts of vehicles, different types of property. It would be really hard to see if that was any.
Clay County would probably be more.
Comparable. I do know that Randolph County said that they had had a significant jump in theirs. He didn't say if it was, 120%, but he said they've had a couple of pretty big increases, and he said it's the same kind of thing. It's a lot of automobile.
I was just wondering if theirs was 150,000, or was it because they're bigger than us?
No idea. Like I said, it would be comparing different amounts of vehicles and.
But you're saying if we just pay it all, that we would be able to get our money? I mean, if we find a better deal, they'll refund our money?
Honestly, my opinion is there's no penalty for doing it this way. Pay the 25% down,
right.
Get 3 months of coverage on all our autos, and then, because that's just a minimum on that. Give us 3 months to find, search, seek elsewhere, find out that maybe we can't cover it any cheaper, but at least give us some time to look into it, because we've only known about this whole thing for just a couple of weeks. The equipment, the total on the equipment is about $15,300 and some. If you pay it all at one time, you get about a $1,500 break on it. It's a 10% break on it. And if you end it in a month, they'll prorate and refund you. I know that on the equipment and on buildings, we did it that way. But on the building, you don't get a break for paying it all at one time. And the buildings is a good bit, it jumped 70-some% just by itself. So my suggestion is do 25% on auto, and that covers you for 3 months. Do month to month on the buildings and on the equipment, and then consider your options on deductibles if you want to change your deductibles.
On the equipment, if we pay it all at one time, we
You know, we get a $100 discount. So I suggest we do that on that.
Yeah, because if we're gonna get that discount,
Yes.
we don't wanna lose that.
No, we don't want to lose that. I suggest that we do that, go ahead and do that on the equipment. You're right about that. Because we'll get a refund on that if we end it early.
You get a refund just for paying in full. The
Well, you get
difference in these two deductibles on the equipment is on.
Doesn't make any sense.
Less than $200.
Doesn't make any sense. It's $170-something. It doesn't make any sense to go with a higher deductible on that one. Now, on the automobile policy, if you go from $2,500 deductible to $5,000 deductible, there's about a $15,100 and some odd dollars difference. I put it in my notes.
Let me say this, because most of our equipment now, we got a good bit of Kubota tractors down there, don't they? Don't we got a good bit of those Kubota tractors? Because I insure mine, it's only 200 something a year. And I mean, if it gets, whatever happens to it, Mr. Lyons on one I know the claim, they completely rebuilt his tractor.
I guess my biggest concern on the high deductible for the vehicles, we all know, we have gone through, I mean, if we have 2 police car wreck, that's $10,000.
Well, in almost any accident you have, even if it's a deer hit, is almost always going to be over $5,000. So you're going to be coming $5,000 out of pocket anytime there's any kind of accident. You just about count on it. Not always, but most of the time. I mean, am I not correct about that?
Yes, I think a lot of the claims have been deer hits.
I hit a deer in my truck. Well, I didn't hit it, Mike did, so I'm going to take that blame. And it was $5,800, and you could barely tell there was anything wrong with the truck just looking at it. So, I mean, what I'm saying is, I agree with you. I think that's a really high deductible. It has been $1,000. He couldn't even get anybody to do it for $1,000. He said $2,500 was the lowest he could get our deductible. I happen to think that $2,500 makes more sense, but that's not my decision. That's your decision to make on that.
Do you have a resolution written?
I do.
Would you read that aloud?
I sure will. And this is tentative, just based on,
Right, and you can make a motion and amend it once you make it.
whereas the Cleburne County Commission has received a proposal from Parnell Insurance for property insurance for 2025, whereas the proposal is significantly more than what was expected based on previous years, whereas the county administrator is seeking lower rates with other insurance companies, whereas Parnell Insurance has provided options for higher deductibles and payment plans. Therefore, the Cleburne County Commission agrees to accept the, and I'll lift it blank, deductible for automobile, blank deductible for equipment, and the continuing deductible of $10,000 on property coverage for buildings. A payment plan will be used in order to allow time to seek other options with other companies.
Y'all have a copy of that?
No,
I didn't.
I'll make a motion that we, accept that resolution, then we'll fill in the blank.
All right.
That way we can do it, right, accept it, and then we fill in.
All right, make the resolution, you
I
second
make
it, and then you want to amend.
and I want to amend it to fill in the blank.
Can we go make copies of that and let them, right now, so everybody can see it?
What are y'all doing?
Caution ourselves.
Now, we're playing in the city of Weed Alley,
I thought y'all were.
the fish drop.
Yeah.
Look, y'all need to look at this that she's provided for us.
Yeah.
Why did we ever turn in a claim? We turned in a claim for $937. We turned in a claim, for $790.
I think that's something that we probably need. If it's no less, I'd say if it's $2,000, I think we're put money aside to
We
pay
got
for it.
another one, $710. We should never turn in these type of claims.
But when you take the vehicle over, you know, they took vehicle over and have just little things done to it.
Now, like if that's property, like when we got that lightning hit, it was a bunch of different systems that added up to a lot.
Is that at the jail?
This one, 700.
All right, so
Really decide.
we got a motion on the table, we got a second, and you have the first motion. Emmett, how is it that you would like to amend this? Therefore, the Cleburne County Commission agrees to accept the blank deductible, and our choices are what?
2,500 or 5,000 on auto, that's the first blank.
I would say 2,500.
500 for auto.
Right.
2,500 for automobile and deductible for equipment. What do y'all want to do on that?
1,000.
Everybody good with 1,000?
Yes.
Continuing deductible 10,000 on property coverage bidding. The payment plan will be used in order to allow for more time to see options with the company. This will be for 3 months, is that right? Or
It'll cover the autos for 3 months and the other 2 for a month, but if we see that we need more than a month to get other offers, we'll just do month to month until then.
But we'll have to approve the money though? Shouldn't we approve the money until we get another, company?
we have in the budget right now.
I mean, we have the budget,
That much.
we have about, $70,000 in the budget, we just don't need to blow it out with $155,000.
Right, you know what this amount would be though for his?
For right now.
Yeah,
If we do 100% on the equipment like we talked about, because you get a discount, and you do the 25% on the auto, and you do 1 month each on the buildings and the, it's just the buildings, that is, a total of $38,649.
so you
Okay.
for the amendment,
49. That's 25%, try to reiterate this, 25% on the auto, and it's a month each, a month only, I'm sorry, I keep saying each, but it's a month on the, property, and it's the
Covering all
whole
vehicles.
year, the whole year on the equipment.
Is there an extra fee on that 1 month?
No,
And
it's just strictly, completely prorated.
Just
And I
looking
can
at
check
these
on that.
3 amounts, that we're looking at the 77,000 on auto, do you have it broken down what the auto portion was?
19,430.
Last year?
Oh, last year? No, I don't have it broken down.
I was just wondering if we had the same type of increase on property as we did on auto.
Auto's worse. The property was about 70 to 72%, somewhere in that ballpark increase. The equipment was roughly double. And then the most of it was auto.
all right, any other discussion? We got an amended motion, we're doing
Well, this,
2,500 and 1,000, go ahead, Ms. Cobb.
this will just continue until we do, because if we have to keep coming in here every 3 months, I'm afraid we may end up, letting our policy lapse. That's what's big.
Just let me say, no, we're gonna let it lapse. We ain't gonna wait till it's ready to go. In our next work session, we're gonna address, she's gonna have some numbers so we can just do a continual amount up to this dollar, just like we do on discretionary money. We'll just say, well, here's 150,000. We're not gonna run out of, we're not
And
gonna.
also gives you time to check ACCA.
You see what I'm saying, Lisa?
Well, the ACCA can't do it for us for all of 2025. They only do it once a year, and they come and do your appraisals on your buildings between February and April. So when I saw numbers in June, they were like, we can't do it for 2025 at all, because we only do them in February to April is when we do our building appraisals.
But we'll
So-
go in June.
Right.
So
But we'll know more. We'll
This
know
will give you a
more
chance to
then.
bridge till you can
Yeah,
find out
well,
when.
Exactly, and if we have to, we can always continue on month to month, on both the equipment
That's what
and
we're
on
doing now.
the auto.
Mhm.
So all I'm saying is in the next work session, it's gonna be discussed again, and we're gonna make sure that we have enough money to, if we gotta carry it on like this, just like we just say $100,000 until you run out, and, and that should get us through the whole year compared to what you already got.
Sure, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
and we need to address in our next work session, we need to start looking at these and quit filing claims for every little things.
It's a lot of claims, it looks like they didn't pay much.
We just need to set up a policy about that.
That's
So
right.
if an department has a claim, they know they're gonna have an insurance claim, maybe that needs to be run before the commission report,
Yeah.
before that's trying to get it.
All right, y'all ready to vote?
Yes.
All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
3 ayes, motion carries.
I know that was a lot of detail.
Motion to adjourn,
I'll make a
man.
motion to adjourn.
Sticking with that.
He got you, you want to second it?
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Happy New Year, everybody.
New Year.
We have no idea